everyone, so today we're going to be talking about some new products released from Flower Nose, but they are their like Asia region exclusive items. I was able to get my hands on these 3 items, and if you guys remember my reacting to Sweetie Bear collection about a month or so ago, I noticed that these were part of a like leaked kind of image, and I didn't know if they were going to be like a regional type of item or not, but it does look like they are an Asia exclusive item. But I was able to get my hands on these 3 items. So we have an expansion of the liquid blushes from the Strawberry Cupid collection. Now, one of these is actually a liquid contour, that is this one right here, and the other 2 are liquid blush expansions. So we're gonna get into this. We're gonna try these out today. I'm gonna let you guys know what I think of these products. But before we get started, these items are not available on Flower Nose global website, but if you are shopping from Flower Nose and you would like to get a discount off of your order, I do have a coupon code and referral links below, and if you choose to shop with my links or my code, I do earn a small commission from it. So thank you in advance if you choose to shop with my links or code. So like I said, these are all expansions from the Strawberry Cupid collection, and I'm really excited to try these out. And I was a really big fan of the original blushes in this collection, so I'm excited to see they have a few more items. So starting off the packaging, they are the same packaging as the original ones. They are in just different colorways. Now they did have the white color in the original Strawberry Cupid collection, so this is number 6. This one is the liquid contour color. It is a very like cool tone gray, but I'll show you swatches of these in just a moment. Since this was an Asia exclusive release, it is all in Chinese, so I cannot at the moment see any color names on here, but if I happen to find those, I will put them on screen now. But this one is number 6, so that's how I'll refer to it throughout the video. Next up, we have a light milky tan colored one. This one is number 7. This one is called a liquid blush. Once again, I'll put the name on screen if I can find it. And then finally, we have a really dark like cocoa-y brown colored one here. This one is also marketed as a blush. So with all that being said, let's just go ahead and get into the application, and we're going to try these out together for the first time. All right, so starting off, we're gonna go with number 6. This one is the liquid contour, and you guys, this one is a true like grayish cool tone brown contour color. So let's go ahead and see what this one's gonna be like. I am going to grab this brush that we're gonna use to blend. This one is a Luxie brush. Unfortunately, the writing has come off on this one, so I'm not quite sure which one it is, but it looks like this. All right, and when I open it up, you can see this is actually like a really dark kind of cool tone gray. So I'm going to apply this very sparingly because it does seem to be kind of a really intense kind of color. So I'm just going to do little dots of this. Like this might even be like too much. Like there is barely any there. But let's go ahead and blend this in. Oh my gosh, that is so dark, you guys. This one is so dark. I really hope this like blends in really well because it is super pigmented. All right, so this is definitely like pretty pigmented. It does blend pretty well, but it is like pretty cool toned, which I actually really enjoy because I don't like whenever it's like too orangey, and I find that a lot of Western like contours and bronzers and things like that do tend to lean towards the orangey side. So it really kind of does mimic a natural like kind of cool toned shadow. So this is the side without, and this is the side with. It's definitely giving me like really kind of like chiseled kind of effect, but you do not need very much at all. So I'm just gonna do again 2 like little like 2.5 little drops here, and once again I'm going to blend that out. Like you can really tell just like a little bit will go a long way. So gonna blend that in. But overall, I mean, it really does a really good job at mimicking that cool tone shadow there. So that is what it looks like with both of these applied. I don't think with it being so cool that it's something that I would apply like up here where I typically do like a bronzer, you know, kind of like bronze up the perimeter of my face. But I actually really do like how it looks just on the cheekbone area, just to kind of give that more of a natural defined look. So now moving on to the 2 blushes. These are actually a little bit more of like brownie toned blushes, which I think is going to be really great to have more options like this in the collection. I just wish they would have released these like globally though. I'm not sure why they didn't. But the first one we have here is the number 7 color. So we're going to do number 7 over here, and then we'll do number 8 over here, and then I'll kind of like mix the two in the end to like make it balanced. But let's go ahead and do, actually I'm going to do 7 over here, 8 over here. Sorry to be complicated. And we'll add 2 little dots there. It does have a little bit of like a pinky brown kind of undertone to it. So let's go ahead and blend. Oh, that's actually a really pretty color. I actually really like that. It's a little bit of like a pinky brown kind of color, but it just kind of gives a little bit of like warmth to the skin, and it just kind of adds like a little bit of like a little bit of like a dusty brown to the skin. I actually really kind of like that. So that is how it looks on this side with those 2 applications. Now I'm gonna kind of like wipe my brush off on my color switch, try to get as much of that color off as I can, and we're gonna try number 8 on this side. Now this one I think actually does look a little bit darker. It's a little bit more of like a warmer brown too, so we're gonna kind of go like that. We'll do 2 little swipes of that, and let's go ahead and blend this one in. I do have to say this color is like not as dark as it looked from the swatches, especially once you start to blend the color in. And I'm gonna build it up just a little bit more, so we're gonna do 2 more dots there. Alright, and that is how number 8 looks. So it's definitely not as scary as it looked from the swatches, because it did look pretty dark and pretty intense, but I'm actually kind of liking how it looks. So I am going to kind of go back and do a little bit on each side, just kind of blend it and make it match, but honestly it doesn't look like terribly different. Alright, and this is how it looks with both sides kind of like evened out and kind of mixed together. Overall it does give like a really kind of like soft like teddy bear glow, and I've never really like done a blush that was just kind of like a brown color before. Usually I stick to like the pinks and the peaches and things like that, but this one actually does look quite pretty. I don't know, I really like it. And finally, the last thing I have to do, I just have to do a little bit of highlighter. It just never feels complete until I have that done. So I'll pop on just a little bit of that. Alright, so overall I'm actually pretty surprised how much I enjoyed these colors. When I was first swatching them, I thought they were going to be a little too intense or a little too crazy. I do have to say, I think that for the liquid contour color, if you are fair, definitely apply it with a lighter hand, because that one is definitely pretty pigmented and a little bit will go a long way, but I think it will also be really good for medium skin tones as well. And if you are a little bit more towards the lighter end of the deeper scale, I think it would also work for you as well. And then as far as the 2 blush colors go, I think that these are actually really pretty and not something I would have typically gone for color wise, but like I said, if you are lighter, you know, apply it with a lighter hand and it will work out for you. But I think these will also be really good for medium skin tones and to deeper skin tones as well, especially since they are more of like a neutrally brown tone. I think it's just a really pretty like soft warm blushy color, and overall I'm pretty impressed with these. As far as the formula goes, these are pretty similar to the regular formula, so if you guys enjoyed those, then I think you'll definitely enjoy this one as well. Alright, so that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe. You can follow me on social media. Links are below, and until my next video, I will talk to you guys later.